starting the session, and if there is anyone about to join, they will join at the later stage. So basically now 4 of you are going to attend FRM part 1 August attempt. Okay. So this lecture is basically, this particular session is for all of those who are going to attend the August attempt. And I can see 3 of you, so I think are from Bank of Baroda. I think Bhavna ma'am, Kumar sir, and Komal ma'am. 3 of you all are from Bank of Baroda only. And Sriram sir, I think you are from Deloitte, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So 3 are the PSU bankers and 1 is from the Sriram. PSU banks are now giving the huge amount of returns. Correct. So as I'm giving you an introduction, first of all, there are 4 subjects in our FRM. Number 1 is the foundation. Number 2 is the quants. Number 3 is your FMP, that is financial markets and product. And number 4 is going to be your valuation. Now, first of all, many students have the doubt that, sir, can I use 2023 books because 2024 books are not yet available in the market? So can I use that book and start my preparation? Even we have also provided the 2023 books only in the Google Drive. Clear? So you can use it. There are only 1% change in 2023 to 2024. 1% change. So this 1% change can be easily covered up via 1 or 2 amendment lectures. That's it. Apart from that, nothing is required. 1%. So you can start using your 2023 book for the preparation of 2024 August attempt. Clear? Now, exam will be of 100 questions. 100 questions MCQ. Clear? Weightage of the subjects are going to be 20% from the foundation, 20% from the quants, 30% from the FMP, and 30% from the VRM. That is the valuation. 20, 20, 30, 30. Now, out of the 100 questions, you will see that in the examination, 80 questions are going to be theoretical in nature, and only 20 questions are going to be practical, where you have to actually use the calculator. Now, when I'm saying that 80% questions are going to be theoretical, does that mean that they are learning basis? No, they are not at all learning or mugging up kind of thing. They are basically like that. In theoretical way, they are going to test your practical knowledge. In theoretical way, they are going to test your practical knowledge. Means if I'll tell you that you have to buy the future in certain situations, it is a practical concept, but they are going to ask you in a theoretical manner. Option 1, buy the futures. Option 2, sell the futures. Option 3, buy the put. Option 4, sell the put. Clear? So it is going to be theoretical, but concepts are practically oriented. Concept won't be like that. They are fully theoretical. You have to learn the limitations. You have to learn the importance, advantage, disadvantage. No, not at all. Practical things will be tested. Mugging up things are not required over here. So while preparing, make sure that you don't have to learn anything. Now, what you have to learn, that's important, the formulas. These 20 questions, which are practical in nature, they are completely formula oriented. Formula oriented means, suppose they will ask you to calculate the standard deviation of a portfolio. So there is a very simple formula: weight square sigma square plus weight square sigma square plus 2 into weight into sigma into correlation, and then take the square root. So these are the easy marks. So over here, you need to ensure that you will learn all the formulas. 20 questions, no one is going to leave. If you will make a single incorrect, but others are making 20 correct and you are making 90, that means you are one lagging behind. Easy marks, no one leave. Now remaining, suppose 30-40 questions are difficult. The real fight is there. If you can crack those 30-40 questions which are difficult, which others are unable to clear, you will pass the exam. 100 questions will be there, out of which 20 are practical in nature. 30 to 40 questions are of mediocre difficulty. They are mid-level difficulty, and 40 questions are going to be very difficult. So 20, the first 20 set, ensure that 20 out of 20. Correct. Second set, 40 questions which are of mediocre level difficulty, mid-level difficulty level, where everyone will fight to get at least 25 to 30 correct out of those 40. 25 to 30 correct out of those 40. Clear? Everyone. Now the real fight is in the remaining 40 questions which are of difficult level. That's the area where the real fight is. You might face the difficulty that out of 40, those students who are making correct above 20, they will pass the exam. Above 20, in those 40, they will pass the exam. So in short, how much is required to pass the exam? First 20 out of 20, then 25 in the next set, which are mid difficulty level, 45 plus 20, 65, clear the exam. So in order to clear the exam, 65 questions are minimum required. 65. So first 20 is mandatory, second 25, third 20. Clear? If you flung in the first 20, very difficult to pass the exam because no one is going to leave those 20 because this is a percentile basis exam. Clear? Any doubt till this level? Anyone?
Can you just repeat once more, please?
Which part?
The second and third, that 25 and 20 something
Okay.
you're telling, right?
So, the exam will be divided into 3 parts. First part is 20 questions which are practical, calculator oriented. Second part is mid-level difficulty, 40 question. Third part is higher level of difficulty, 40 question. In the first set, 20 out of 20. Second set, 25 minimum out of 40. Clear? And third set, 20 out of 40. If you can achieve that, you are at the borderline of passing the exam. 65, you can clear the exam. But this is to ensure you that this is the level of just passing the exam. But we are not preparing for that. We are preparing at least to score 75 and 80 in the exam. But I have given you the borderline that where you can pass the exam. So don't keep the deadline that no, we have to score only 65. No, deadline is of 80, 85 so that you can fall on 65. If you aim for 65, you will fall on 45. So that must be the target. Clear, Sriram?
Yes.
Anyone? Bhavna, Kumar, any doubt?
No, sir. As such, till now, there is no doubt, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now, what should be the preparation strategy? August attempt. 25th of May, we should finish our syllabus. 25th of May. Clear? So from today onwards, if I'll roughly calculate, we have 120 days. And we have 62 chapters to prepare in all the 4 subjects. Total 62 chapters, 120 days. That means you are getting 2 days per chapter. 2 days per chapter. Now, after 25th of May, take the 5 days break. Then, after May, June and July, focus will be on revision, practice, and mock exams. June and July, revision, practice, and mock exams. Clear? This is how we need to take ourselves ahead with respect to the preparation part. Now, when I'm saying 120 days and 62 chapters, so there are some chapters which can be done in single day as well. And there are some chapters which will take your 2 to 3 days, means 1 day extra. So this is how you need to compensate. Like if I'll give you one example, chapter 11, that is the foundation chapter 11 is just a 1 day task. But if you'll go to the quant sample moments, it's a 4 day task. So means there will be some another chapter which will take 1 day to compensate it. So this is how we need to ensure that how we are going to compensate our preparation. Foundation is a week preparation. I have given the planner of foundation. Means when you will log into your portal, you can simply click on the foundation. First chapter, that is building blocks of risk management. Inside that, I have given you the planner. How the planner has been designed. There are 11 chapters in the foundation. First target is to finish the first 3 chapters, take the test 1. Clear? Second week, another 3 chapters, but this time you have the test of first 6 chapters. Third week, remaining 4 chapters, and this time the test is a full foundation. So in these 3 steps, you are going to finish the foundation within the task of 21 days. Minimum 21 days, you can finish the foundation. Clear? Similarly, we'll go ahead with the quants. Similarly, we'll go ahead with the book 3. Similarly, we'll go ahead with the book 4. Any new updates, any new announcements, any new video, any new notes, because regularly we keep on doing new things as if the syllabus is old, but still we keep on creating new content, whether it's videos, whether notes, or whether questions. So whenever you log into the portal, just your home page, towards the right, you will see one announcement section is there. In the announcement section, we will post all the new updates. Clear? So make sure whenever you log in, just give a view, is there any new announcement or not? Clear? Now, in this, if I'll ask you from the November attempt, the students who have given the exam in the November attempt, they find that exam was not that difficult. Means the hype was there, exam was difficult, but it was not difficult. All are working professionals. Everyone will have 8 to 10 hours of job role, but still they have managed to crack it. So what actually they have followed, by which they have cracked it, is the consistency. Means study daily 2 hours. Make sure you will not follow like this, sir, I have to study 14 hours per week. I'll study 7 on Saturday, 7 on Sunday. It's not going to work. Daily devote the 2 hours of time on a continuous basis. And very important point, suppose you have finished your foundation. Now you are doing the quants. It has been 15 days, you are doing quants. You will feel it monotonous. So now what you have to do, make sure that take 1 day break from the quants, revise your foundation. So when you will start revising the previous things now, you will not forget it, and the monotonicity of the quants or any other subject will get out of the way. So this is something you need to follow. Apart from that, in your free time, many of our students who have cleared the exam, I had an interview with them. How they have prepared, what methodology they have followed, how was the exam standard, the question types, area to be focused, and that is subjective. Different student to student will feel difficulty. Like might be suppose Bhavna will face the difficulty in quants, or might be suppose Kumar will face the difficulty in foundation or CAPM or APT. That is the possibility. So everyone cannot ensure that I am perfect with all 62. Don't keep that myth that I can be the perfect with all 62, because out of 62, you'll feel that in 7 to 8 topics, you might be below average, but in remaining 50, 54, 55 topics, you are good. So over here, what students make the mistake now, they focus on those 7s which are their weak areas, very weak area. And trust me, from those 7 topics, hardly 10 questions will come. But still from the remaining 55, 90 question is going to come. Those 10 questions will make you fail, and those 90 questions are there to make you pass. So don't keep the rigidity that no, I have to do it. I have to get it done. I have to do it. It's my will to do it. Do it after exam. First target is prepare for the exam. After the exam, you will get 2 months time before the results will come. In that time, whatever is your weak areas, in that weak time, in that area, work on those, all of your weak areas. But what's your target? Target is to crack the exam in the very first one. So don't keep the rigidity. No, I am very weak in CAPM and I have to get it done, and it is taking 10 days of your time. So you are actually wasting 10 days of your time rather than revising all of your 55 topics. Clear? Same thing will happen in the exam. One of my students, he did not listen to me. I have said it many times to him. Don't stick with one question. What happened in his exam now, out of 40, there are 3 to 4 questions which are way too difficult, and he stick to that question, and he have wasted 30 minutes of his precious time on those 4 questions. Now what happened? There are 90 questions which he can answer. I am sure that he can answer, and he was also sure he can answer, but he could not answer. Why? Because of the lack of the time. He given so much of the time on those 4 to 5 questions that even if he know the right answer of those questions, he could not attend it. And in the last few questions, he just blindly marked A, B, C, D because he don't have the time. You are getting 2.4 minutes per question in the exam. 240 minutes, 100 questions, 2.4 minutes per question. So make sure that you are giving 2 minutes of the time to every question, so that at the end, you will not be frustrated and you won't be picking the random answers. So whenever we also give the test, we are keeping, suppose there are 20 questions, we are giving 40 minutes time, so that you are prepared for that. And in the exam hall, also don't make the same mistake. Clear? Any doubts still here? Anyone? Bhavna, Komal, Shriram, Kumar, Selinia?
No.
Kumar, Bhavna, anyone? Nothing?
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now, let us come to the subject part. Foundation, there are 2 topics which are very important. Reading number 5 and reading number 6. CAPM and APT. CAPM and APT, they are going to be very important topic from the exam perspective. Out of 20, 6 questions will come from these 2 topics. Another important topic is the financial disaster. 3 questions will come from that particular topic. So you see that 20 questions, and I have given you the bifurcation of 9 questions. Remaining 11 will come from the 7 topics, which cannot be bifurcated, which can come from any areas. So while preparing for foundation, make sure that CAPM, APT, and financial disaster must be your focus area. Now, first 3 chapters of the foundation are actually the summary of the whole FRM curriculum. You will see many topics: war, hedging, futures, options, derivatives. So many topics will be there. Trust me, in book 3 and 4 now, there are dedicated chapters on each and every word. So why they have introduced in the beginning chapters? So that every student will have the glimpse of the idea that what they are going to study in the FRM curriculum. This does not mean that in the very first chapter you will understand that what is war, value at risk. Even they have given 3 paragraphs, and in the book 4 they have given dedicated 3 chapters. So even they don't want you to understand what is war over here. They want you to understand in the book 4 because they have given dedicatedly 3 chapters. Clear? These are the guidelines for book 1. Now the guideline for the book 2 is very important because there are many students who are not from the quants background. They do not have that much level of maths. In FRM, you will see that it's more of a statistics nature. You will see the chapters like probability, hypothesis, sample moments, that is mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, covariance, dispersions. Hypothesis will be there, time series is there, regression is there, and 2 topics of machine learning, and 2 topics will be on the distributions: normal distributions, log normal distribution, beta, exponential distribution, and Poisson distribution. Over here, the students who do not have the maths background, they need to slow down. Slow down. Make yourself slow down. Understand each and everything and go ahead. Understand each and everything and go ahead. Now, over here, you will see that dedicatedly 3 chapters will be on regression and 2 chapters will be on time series. So I do not consider as 3 chapters of regression. There is 1 chapter of regression for me, because regression is regression. Now they have divided like this: linear regression, multiple regression, regression diagnostic. Clear? But I have considered as a 1. So 1 chapter of regression. Again, they have divided the time series in 2 parts: time series, stationary, non-stationary. Consider time series as a 1 topic. Clear? Now, time series is more of a theoretical in nature, because time series is something which you cannot do on pen and paper. Regression is something which you cannot do on pen and paper. For that, you need to ensure that you will use your computer, but that is not possible when you are preparing for the exam, because in exam it is also not tested like that. So how you have to study regression and time series? Mostly in a theoretical and formula based. Clear? Allow me just 1 minute. Yes. Sorry for the interruption. So this is all about the quants, where regression and time series are mostly of the practical in nature, if you will see from the life perspective, but from the exam perspective, you are restricted to do it on a pen and paper. But if you'll go through my lectures, I have taken the example of Excel. So that Excel examples in the lectures are for your practical knowledge building, because I do not want that my students will only get the theoretical nature. Clear? You all do via lectures in the format of Excel, so that you will understand the practically how the things are done in a practical manner. But keep yourself restricted that yes, I am preparing ahead for the exam purpose. What's my target area? How I have to move ahead. Clear? Do whatever practical. I am not stopping you from doing the practical thing. Do it. Do after your exam. You are getting 2 months time after your exam to do whatever you want. Read the newspaper, follow the practical aspect, do the financial modeling, or do it on Excel or whatever. Currently, focused is to crack the exam, because you are spending your time, your money, your efforts. So many things are there. Clear? In my lectures, from practically oriented things are there. Excel I have used to show you how things are to be done. Clear? Now, There are two chapters which are mostly on the distributions, normal distributions, log normal distributions, beta distribution, exponential distribution, Poisson distribution, and so many. Over here, again, these distributions are possible when you have the huge amount of data and you will plot it on the Excel or somewhere, and then you will do the calculation that, okay, this is the Poisson distribution, now I have to apply. But in the exam, how it is done, this is the case study, which distribution you have to use. So you need to understand it from the application perspective that, okay, this particular distribution is over here. Like how many phone calls I'll get in a day. Suppose I am talking about myself. How many phone calls of my students I am going to take today for the doubts. So I'll follow the Poisson distribution. Or might be you are a banker. I'll give you one example. How many depositors and withdrawals will come in a day? Because if suppose in your branch there are 10,000 customers, everyone will not come for deposit and withdraw on the same day. Few percent of the people will come. So what type of distribution you have to use? Or another example, how much cash you need to have in your bank so that you can satisfy the need of your person who is coming from the withdrawal. I haven't seen any time that I am visiting a branch asking for the withdrawal of 1 lakh and I'm not getting it. They never said that we do not have cash. Every time I visited, I got the cash. So what calculation the banking people have done at the bank, that they have sufficient cash to know that, okay, if the withdrawal will come, they will satisfy the needs. So there is some calculation. Withdrawal will be there, deposits will be there. So accordingly, how much balancing figure we should have at the start of the day. Clear? So you need to do it from the application perspective rather than doing the Poisson distribution or doing the exponential distribution or beta distribution. Need to know where you need to apply this, where you can use these distributions. So this is all about the quants. In the quants, book have given that we should start with the probability, but in my lecture, I want you to start with the sample moments. According to the book, they are starting with the probability, but according to me, you should start with the sample moments. Why? Because sample moments is making you revise all the basic thing, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, everything. And these all will be setting up the base for the whole quants. So you will see that there are 16 lectures on this particular chapter. Why 16? So that you can have a strong and the solid base. Otherwise, I could have finished it in 4 to 5 lectures. But I have taken 16 sessions for the very good and a strong quantitative knowledge aspect. Clear? Now, let us come to the book 3 and book 4. I always combine book 3 and book 4 because they have a very similar topics like derivatives, bonds, and value at risk. There are only 3 topics in your book 3 and book 4. One is derivative, another one is bonds, that is the fixed income, and the third one is your value at risk. So value at risk, 3 chapters are there. 6 questions will come in the exam from those 3 chapters. Value at risk, 6 questions will come in the exam from those 3 chapters. It's in the book 4. Clear? When I come to the derivatives, there are multiple topics like options will be there, currency is also there, hedging is there, commodity is also there, futures is also there, trading strategies is there, exotic options are there. That means these all topics are the part of the derivative. So if I want to tell you are doing derivative, inside derivative there are multiple branches which are doing. What is the meaning of derivative? Options, futures, forwards, swaps, currency, commodity. That's it. Now they have divided it into multiple branches. Similarly, if you come to the fixed income part, you will see interest rates, you will see corporate bonds, you will see mortgaged backed securities, that is MBS, mortgage backed securities, the biggest reason for 2007 and 8 financial crisis. After that, you will see the bond valuation. If such and such coupons are there, what is the price of the bond? All these things are covered inside the concept of fixed income. You will see the interest rate concept. If you will invest your money now at the rate of 7%, how much you are going to get at the end of 5 years? Or every month you are investing 7%. Every month you are investing 1,000 rupees and at the end you are going to get 8%. So what is your value of the portfolio after 10 years? All these are the concept of fixed income. Now fixed income, that is the book 4. It is ending with the 3 chapters. One is the binomial tree, another one is the Greeks. These 2 are very important chapters. The last 3 chapters are very important from the book 4 perspective. So book 4 have 6 important chapters. First 3 and last 3. Very important chapters. Currency, Very important. I have explained in minute detail each and every aspect. Even things are not there in the syllabus, I have explained it for your practical knowledge. So while watching the lectures and while reading the books, you will see that there are many things which are there in the lecture but not in the book. So that does not mean that you should not follow that. You follow that. Why? Because it's necessary from the, suppose after your FRM, you might be having multiple plans. You might be going the interview for the private companies or some credit rating agencies or some investment banking firms. They are not restricted to the questions related to the book. They want you to have the good understanding from the currency perspective or from the general market perspective. So I have prepared you in a way that you can crack the interview. So my vision is till that level, not only to clear the exam, to clear the interview. If you can clear the interview, I'm successful. That's what my main goal is. Clear? So make sure that you now start with the planner. Now, while preparing, what are the steps you need to follow? Though I have mentioned in the mail, but again, I'm repeating it off. Number one, watch the lecture. Suppose in the first chapter, there are 4 lectures. Watch all the 4 lectures, prepare a notes, your handwritten notes. Whatever important you feel in the class, make a short note, rough note. Why it is necessary? 1 month or 2 months before the exam, if you want to revise something, how you will do the revision? You cannot watch the lecture again. You don't have enough time. Reading the textbook is again difficult because it's written in the language of the author. So what is more convenient? Yourself, because you are writing it in a way you are liking it. So your notes are going to help you in the revising. And one more benefit, if you write it, you will remember it. Very important. So while watching the lectures, prepare your own notes. Once you are done with the notes, read the Squeezer notes. After that, I have given you one MCQ folder in your Google Drive link. Solve all the questions of that particular folder, chapter by chapter. Suppose you have done with the first chapter, their lectures, their notes, their reading. Solve the question of the first chapter. So after doing 4 steps, you are well versed. And every week I'm taking test. So this is how we can move ahead in the best possible manner towards our preparation. Clear? Now, anyone have any questions, any doubts? I have given you a small orientation, important areas, how to study, what to study, focus areas, everything. Now, any doubts, any questions? I'm open for discussion. Anyone before I go for dinner?
I have a small, actually, I have enrolled the class on 10th of this month.
Yes.
And what I did, I have started by studying the Swesser first without
Yes.
watching the videos.
Correct.
So to certain extent, till the theoretical chapter before CAPM I have completed, till that I could understand the things.
Correct.
I was able to comprehend the things and I was able to relate the things. I was able to solve the questions also.
Correct.
But from the CAPM, I could not understand the things from Swesser. I have listened to your lecture. Then I went back to Swesser. Then I was able to understand. So what should be the correct sequence? Well, we should watch the lecture first. Then we should read the textbook of Swesser, or first we need to read the textbooks.
Watch the lectures. Why watching the lecture is important? I tell you the reason. While reading, there are many terms, many words which you might not be understanding.
Yeah.
But in CAPM, you might have seen that I have explained each and everything. And
you
then
have explained it very lucidly. Then I would, in fact, when I was, before listening to your lecture, I was looking at the book. It was quite confusing. I was not able to relate, anything to anything. But after listening, I could understand those things very easily, sir.
Again, if you would have watched the lectures for the first 4 topics as well, your understanding would have been much better.
Yes.
Because I have covered things more than the book. So if you are not watching the lectures, you are missing out many things.
Definitely. So that should be the sequence, sir.
Yes. Another
we
benefit.
Will watch the, and moreover, there is, suppose when we open your folder, then there is a sequence. Suppose the chapter 1 is there, then L1, L2, L3, L4. So we need to start from L1, then go for L2, then L3, then L4. Is it the correct sequence, sir?
Correct. Exactly correct.
Okay. Sir.
So once you will watch the lecture now, your understanding is always with you. You understand the whole concept. Everything is there with you. Every term explained. Lots of practical example. You might comprehend the same when you have watched the CAPM.
Yes, exactly.
You have understood everything in minute detail.
Yeah.
There are so many examples which are not even there in the books.
Yes, sir.
So doing everything in a strategically will help you out. But if you divert from the strategy, it's at the later point now it will become difficult for me to get it right, because you might have wasted lots of time till then.
Okay.
वो बोलते हैं ना, रायता फैलने के बाद समेटना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
बिल्कुल सर.
In the same way. So अगर हम strategically चलते रहेंगे, things will be much easier for us. ठीक है ना?
Sure, sir.
Perfect. Anyone else? Any other doubts? Any questions?
Sir, about the question bank, the questions that you have given, that belongs to the textbook questions only, or they are, they are collection of different sources?
Different sources, and even on my test panel there are many questions. So you'll not feel short of questions. There are huge amount of questions. Huge amount.
Okay. And we will get notified about the tests. How we will come to know that test will be on so and so day?
No, test is on Sunday.
Always, sir. Every Sunday.
Because all of our students are working professionals or might be college students. Everyone will get the time on Sunday. Because what happened, sir, you are not only giving the test. Before the test, you are revising it. Then you are giving the test. And then whatever the incorrect area, you are working on it. So you need time, at least 3 to 4 hours. It is only possible on weekends, not possible on weekdays. So that's why it's good to give the test on Sunday. But there are some students who prepone the test. If you have prepared it, why to wait for Sunday? You think that you can give the test on Friday, give it on Friday. From Saturday, start with the next week planner. You will stay ahead. But don't postpone the test. If the test is on Sunday, give it on Friday. That's okay. But don't postpone it.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, you will lag behind. The target is of 25th of May. You will lag it.
Sure, sir.
Got it? Perfect.
Yes.
Anyone else? Komal,
sir,
Bhavna?
How there is a link of calculator and there are certain videos related to calculator, sir. Can you explain how to use those? For what purpose?
BA 2 plus Texas Instrument, you have to buy the calculator, which is available to take the exam hall. Otherwise, there is no other calculator which you can take in the exam hall. BA 2 plus Texas Instrument. Now, in the Texas Instrument, there are two. One is simple one. Another one is the professional one. Take the simple one. No need to take the professional one. Okay. Now, how to use that calculator? I have given the 6 videos attached in the mail. How to use that calculator. Yeah. So just follow the videos and you will understand how to use the calculator. But still, if any doubts left, I'm always there. You have my contact number. Reach out to me.
Yes. Sure, sir.
Perfect. Any other doubt, Kumar?
No, sir. That's all right.
Bhavna, any doubt?
No, sir. I have just started only.
Yeah, no issues. Any doubt based on the current discussions?
No, sir. No.
Okay, perfect. Komal, any doubt? Okay, no doubt from the side of Selena, any doubt? Okay, perfect then. I'm closing.
Yeah, no doubts from my end also. If there's anything, I will reach out to you later.
There is one more question. Suppose there might be some group of students who might be preparing for August attempt, sir. Can we have a group of Telegram or WhatsApp like that so we can discuss with each other?
I tell you, Kumar, that's actually create lots of issues. Why? There is a reason. In 2021, what happened, Kumar? There is one student, he asked the doubt in the late night. And some other student, he solved the doubt, but he solved in an incorrect manner. Because he is also preparing like you. Clear? And in the morning, by the time I wake up, now there are 400 messages in the group and it was hard to read all the 400 messages. So I ignored it. All the messages. Because they were discussing some of their personal things. So I did not find interested in reading everything. What happened now? The same question came in the exam. Same question. And that particular student marked it as discussed by them. And sir, that student failed. And the person who felt the most amount of guilt is me. So now you all have the accessibility of me. Why you need to ask out someone else? When you can ask your doubt directly with me, all of you have my number, then why you need to go and ask someone else who is also preparing like you? He is also a student. Suppose I'm giving you an example. Suppose you get sick. Will you go and get your treatment from the one who is doing his first year of MBA, MBBS?
No.
You get treated from the doctor. Got my point?
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry.
I am there to solve all your doubts. If I am not doing it, then you can ask, sir, what is the other way out? Okay.
Sure, sir.
And very important point, when you see my lecture now, sir, 98% of the things I've covered it. 98%. Only 2% of the thing where you can feel that, yes, I have a doubt. Because while preparing the lecture now, I've used my experience of last 7 to 8 years, where I know that what are the areas where students can ask that out, and I've covered it. So
Yes,
means you are over here and lectures are already over here. Got my point?
Yes, sir. Sure.
But still, 2% scope is always there. I am also human. Human error is always possible. Reach out to me.
Okay. Sure, sir.
Anyone else? Any doubts? Any questions? Chalo. Perfect then. Congratulations for all of you for setting up the Ayodhya Mandir today. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, sir. Jai Shri Ram, sir. Good night,
Chalo.
sir.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.